Hello, everybody. Welcome again to my class. Today, we're going to do classwork check from last class on lesson 7.8, page 378. Okay, the idea for today is basically to review finding the scale factor or finding the measure, the missing measure. It can be either for the model or for the real object. In this case, I remember I said exercise number 7, and I said exercise number 7, and also I said exercise number 8 in the classwork, and also exercise number 16. So today we're going to try to solve them and try to review the class from the lesson 7.8. So let's try to solve exercise number 7 first. It says, what is scale factor? Okay, this is a very good part of the exercise. You need to find the scale factor first. Relate a 15 inches tall model. This is the model and of a boat, and the real boat is 30 feet, right? Okay, first of all, notice that we're working with inches and feet. We're working with two different units. So that's the first thing you need to work with, the scale factor. Remember, the scale factor doesn't have any unit. So you need to cancel units. In order to cancel units, you have to have the same unit in the numerator and also in the denominator. So let's try to work. First of all, we will write a ratio. In this case is 15 inches of the model, and the real object is 30 feet. Okay, to find the scale factor is basically to reduce this fraction to the lowest term, but we cannot reduce that right now because we have inches and feet. So obviously we need to change that into the same unit. Now, how do you change feet into inches? That's very simple. Well, we need to remember that one foot, it's equal to 12 inches, right? So then if you obviously wanted to change foot into inches, you only need to multiply, in this case, 30 times 12. 15 will still be the same because we have it in unit already, and if you multiply 30 times 12, it will give you 360, in this case now, inches. Now, the idea is this, because we have inches already, we can cancel them because inches divided by inches will give you 1, and 1 times the fraction will give you the same fraction. So now that we have the same fraction, and now that we can simplify these two numbers because they relate to the same unit, inches in this case. Now, obviously, here we need to find the greatest common factor to reduce 15 and 360. And that is obviously 15. If you reduce 15 with 15, give you 1. And reduce 360 with 15 will give you 24. So this was the scale factor. There you go. This is exercise number 7. Okay, let's continue working. And now in this case is exercise number 8. In exercise number 8, it says a model of 42 feet tall shopping mall was built using a scale of 1 inch equals to 3 feet. What is the height of the model? Well, in this case, we need to find the missing factor. First, let's try to write the equation. Okay, first we do have the scale factors is 1 inch equals to 3 feet. Okay, don't forget, I remember in the explanation for this lesson I told you you need to match feet and inches. In this case, then 42, where will it be in the second fraction? Obviously here. So you match feet, and feet. Now, obviously, we need to find x inches, right? Because that's the missing factor. That's the height of the model. Now, how do we do that? In this case, then, you need to do cross multiplication like this and cross multiplication like this. So let's work out. Now, another point. In this case, forget about the units. You would just work with the numbers, and in this case, with the variable x. So 1 times 42 is equal to 42 equals 2. 3 times x is 3x. And now we need to simplify for x. That will be dividing by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 1 times x is obviously x. So that's why you cancel that. And then 42 divided by 3, it's equal to 14. So now we know that the height of the model equals to 14 inches. There you go. Okay, that was a very good one. That was interesting. Now, if we move to the last exercise that we need to check for the lesson is exercise 16. It says, what scale factor was used to build a 55 feet wide billboard from a 25 inches wide model? Now, look at this case. We are building the billboard, from a model. So the scale factor is used to enlarge. That's the first analysis you have to think on. And then we need to find the missing factor. Let's work out. First, we need to write the fraction. In this case, is 55 feet over 25 inches. Okay, now here we have the same situation as we had with exercise number 7. We have feet and inches. We cannot just cancel them because they're not the same unit. And we cannot lower 55 with 25 because they don't represent the same size, because we're talking about feet and inches. So the first thing we must do is to change feet into inches or inches into feet, whatever it comes better. But remember that inches, you need 24 inches to make 2 feet. In this case, you will have 2 feet and 1 inch. So it makes a complication. So it's a better idea to change feet into inches. How do you do that? Don't forget, 1 foot equal to 12 inches. So 25 inches will remain the same. And if you multiply 55 times 12 equals 360. In this case, now inches. Now that you have inches in both sides, you can cancel, because remember, the scale factor doesn't have any unit. And now you think about the number to reduce 660 and 25. We can do it with 25, but it will give us a decimal, and I'd rather not to use with decimals. In this case, both numbers, because of divisibility rules, we know that 660 and 25 are both divisible by 5. So then 660 divided by 5 will give us 132. And 25 divided by 5 is obviously 5. In this case, this is the scale factor that was used to enlarge the model. Now, we cannot lower it anymore because this number is divisible by is not divisible by 5, and 5 is a prime number. The exercise is over. Well, with this, I would like you please to check your exercises. I know you submit this information, I think. Yeah, I think I set a classwork for you today. Last week. And I need you please to check that information in your notebook and to make changes if it's needed. If not, great job. Well, I'll see you in the next class.